So somebody of you was asking me if you still can be happy even if you have cancer. The short answer is yes. The long answer is a bit more complicated. So let's dive into it. If you get a cancer diagnosis or if you're facing cancer, that is very emotional, no doubt about it. You're gonna go through a lot of turbulences and your family is going through it, and it's dragging energy, and it's coming along with a lot of very difficult emotions. And so there is no question that this external crisis is affecting your internal state. Nevertheless, I strongly believe, but also what I have learned in the past 10 years fighting with pancreatic cancer, that it is possible to have moments of happiness or even having actually an inner state of peace and having maybe even more happiness than people without cancer. So what do I mean by that? If I compare a cancer journey with a hike, getting cancer, we can say, is like getting a blister, but a very, very painful one. So the hike, the journey you're on, is not the same anymore. It can be that every walk and every step that you take feels a bit harder, and that it's actually not so easy to walk. But nevertheless, when you look around and you look at the landscape, it's still beautiful. And so the question is, where does your mind go? Does your mind go to the blister and into the pain and making that even bigger and more dominant than it is? Or are you able to shift your focus also to other things that are going on in parallel, which is the beautiful landscape that you're passing, or that you're together with your friends on this hike? And so this is something you can train. You can train in the short moments of life, when you have a dinner, or when you enjoy ice cream at the lake or at the beach with somebody. And then you don't have to go to the blister. You don't have to go to the cancer. In this moment, in this very present moment, you can be happy. And cancer cannot take this away from you. And I think that has a lot to do with getting back some kind of freedom, that this is your decision where you go with your mind, on what you're going to focus on, and not letting cancer destroy everything in your life. So you can practice that in the small, all daily life situations. Then I also believe that in the bigger picture, you can become happy. Why? Because when you get cancer, you're going to be confronted with death. That's one of the main principles of having a cancer diagnosis, that you're going to ask yourself, oh, holy shit, I may be going to die. And that's very scary and emotional. And so that is not what makes you happy, but what can make you happy, that it will also trigger other kind of big questions. Questions like, what do I really want to do with my life? Who in my life is important for me? Like, how important is it to be with my loved ones? How do we want to spend the time together that we have left? Let it be a week, a month, a year, or nobody knows. And so a diagnosis and a cancer journey is brutally confronting you with these questions. But when you are having the courage to actually go into those questions and staying curious, you will find things that are very valuable and that can make you very, very happy, and even more happy compared to when you have, and let's touch some wood, when you have a car accident and by 1 second to the next you're gone, and you are not having the possibilities to go through all this and having the last talk with your grandmother or doing the thing you always wanted to do. And so in this sense, I think, and I truly believe, and I've seen it from my own experience, how I live my life, that cancer can be an amplifier for actually allowing you to do what you want to do and to actually do what makes you happy, and being more like courageous to make those decisions. And because you're more courageous, because you know how precious time is, you in the end are more happy. It sounds counterintuitive, because if I go back, I don't want to press the button again and say, okay, I want to have the cancer diagnosis again. I don't wish it to anybody. But inside of this drama, inside of this crisis, I found a lot of jewels that actually make my life very meaningful. And I'm not only happy for that, but also very, very grateful. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, or what are your strategies. I'm curious to know, and looking forward to see you here in the next video. Bye-bye.